Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly live um, relationship communications weekly live. I'm thrilled that you are here with me, and for those of you joining me for the first time, I want you to know I'm the founder of Relationship Communications. It's my online community where I work with established and aspiring entrepreneurs, and today I'm going to be your host for the Relationship Communications Weekly Live. I'm Lisa DeToffel, your host, and we do this weekly live every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I do hope you'll make a note, put it on your calendar, whatever it is you have to do, and make plans to join me every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And my goal here is to share tactical and practical information to help you get to where you want to be faster than you can go on your own. And our topics are business related, professional related, all around the business world. And I've been an entrepreneur myself for 6 years. I've made many mistakes, and I'm here to tell you I can help you move through them more quickly by sharing what I have learned through my experiences. So let me know in the comments if you're joining me live, where say hello and let me know where you're coming in from. And we are streaming in various different places. So if you happen to be joining me on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so that you can be notified every time that we do go live. So today we're going to be talking about why referrals are my best clients. I know some of you that follow me on a regular basis have heard me say in the past that I have been getting clients recently through referrals. Well, I'm going to share with you today how that happened, okay? But before we dive into our topic, let me introduce myself. So, again, say hello if you're joining me live, because I would love to hear from you and see where you're coming in from. So, when I was a preschool teacher in 2017, and prior, 25 years before that, I dreamed of working from home. It was a long term goal that I had had for some time. But I had been through two messy divorces and been a single mom twice. And it just didn't seem possible at that time. You know, I was the breadwinner for my family, and I was scared really to take that chance. I had a lot of gibberish in my head back then. To be honest, there was a lot going on in my head. And so I was scared and, to take that chance and go out and try something on my own. Then I met my husband, my current husband, Jeff, in 2012. And that is when I could start seeing the possibility of my dream coming true because of goals that him and I had set together prior to getting married. And then, of course, after we got married. And so I could see possibly that coming true in the future. Trust me, it was not an easy task by any means. With Jeff's support, I started a training program to learn how to be a virtual assistant. Back in 2018, I found a coach and trainer that coached people that wanted to be a virtual assistant. So I took that training program. It took me about a year just because I was still working a full-time job at the time. I was still working in the classroom. So took the training, gained a couple of clients by the time I finished the training, and of course now have a team for Tiger Eye Solution. And I continue to grow my business and my team every single year. And my life looks a whole lot different now than it did back then. Of course, this is my husband, Jeff, our children, Caleb, Matthew, and Alyssa, our three grandchildren, JP, Hattie, and the newest is Anakin. Over there in the photo by itself, we have not had a new family photo made. That is coming soon. So Anakin will be included in the next family photo. But this is what my life and my family looks like today. And they are the reason that I get up and do what I do every single day. I'm not sure what your why is, but this is my why. Because I definitely can rearrange my schedule if needed at the drop of a hat and go take care of grandbabies or go to a doctor's appointment, even my older parents. Here lately, I have been helping with my father. He was in the hospital recently. He has, doctor's appointments and stuff like that on a regular basis. So I can rearrange my schedule to where it makes me available to go help with those kind of things. If you are in the Relationship Communications Facebook group, you have seen me on a couple of occasions do my coffee chat on Monday mornings on location because I'm helping my father at a doctor's appointment at that given time. So being a virtual assistant has so many benefits. The schedule that you can create, you kind of create it on your own, whether you want to work part-time hours, full-time hours, whatever it is. So it's very beneficial. So I'm really happy now that I have my virtual assistant business, my team that works alongside me to work with our clients. Now let's jump in. Why referrals are my best clients. I have a lot to share today, so I hope you can bear with me, but we're going to talk about why referrals are my best way to get clients and how to create an engine of referrals in your business. Okay. I do have some notes. I have a lot of them actually, because like I said, I have a lot to share today. I want to talk about this really important topic because it is a real important topic. As you can imagine, being the founder of Relationship Communications, I talk to businesses all the time, business owners all the time, right? And what's funny is I'm always surprised because here's what happens. People will say, I got a new client. It was a referral. And they seem kind of bummed about it because they got that client through a referral. Then they say, none of my efforts, my marketing efforts, have paid off because I'm only getting clients or customers through referrals, through people that know me and know other people that could utilize, what I have to offer. Guys, this is good news. Oh my goodness, this is such good news. You want to celebrate that you are getting clients or customers through referrals. Having clients or customers come to you from people who know you is extremely a different experience. So please don't be upset. If you're posting on social media, it's not attracting strangers. Because you'll learn when I share more information here today that referrals are going to be your best clients or customers. I promise. Okay. So don't get upset if you're posting on social media and you're not attracting clients through your marketing efforts on social media platforms. Okay. Because there's a whole other layer of complexity that happens when you are hired by a stranger. Somebody that does not know you. Okay. They don't know you. They might feel like you might feel like you have to sell yourself to them when you're having that very first conversation. They might feel like they need to sell you something. It's the trust is not the same because the trust isn't there yet, right? If it's a person you don't know who just found you, say on LinkedIn and reached out, they don't know you unless they've been following you on social media and seeing everything that you're putting out there. Now, if they share that with you in that first conversation, then that's a game changer. Okay. But if it's somebody you don't know, somebody didn't refer you to them, they just came to you and wanted to talk to you because you have something they need, whatever that is, right? Like I said, the trust is not the same because the trust is not there yet. The trust has to be built, right? And it's a different type of relationship. Okay. Yes, you can build that trust, and yes, you can build that relationship with, John Doe who found you on LinkedIn, but it's going to be a bit different. Okay. So I will go more into detail about that in a few minutes, but, referrals is at the top. Okay. The top level is there's a different atmosphere, different type of connection, different type of relationship that you're starting, all the things. When it's a stranger that just found you on social media and reached out versus a referral that your best friend sent you or one of your professional colleagues sent you, somebody in your network sent you. Okay. So, like I said, that first call is going to be so different. The way you start working together may also be different because the way they feel about you and the way you do your work or the way you have your payments set up, to get paid, etc. All of that, a lot of that is going to be different when the client and customer doesn't come to you through a referral. Okay. Hey, Robert, coming from Brooklyn, New York. Thank you for joining me this morning. So here's the thing. First of all, someone has, if you get a client through a referral, first of all, someone has talked to them who knows them and who knows you. Just like Robert. Robert and I know each other. So if he met someone and started a relationship with them and they shared that they were looking or needed a virtual assistant, then Robert's going to give them my name and tell them to contact me, and vice versa. I know what Robert does. So if I meet someone or am connected with someone and they're sharing with me that they have a need and I know it's what Robert does, then I'm going to give them his name and tell them to contact him. That's how it works. Okay. So again, with a referral, someone has talked to them already who knows them and who knows you. And likely they have gushed all over them, that person, that they should talk to Lisa. Just like the example I just gave, right? If Robert meets somebody that shares they need a virtual assistant, he's going to give them my name and tell them to contact me. So, they may share, she can do this, she can do that, she's done this for me, et cetera, et cetera. So you go into the conversation very differently because they are already thinking, oh my gosh, I hope she's taking new clients. I really need her to do XYZ for me. Right? And that's because they have been referred in a way that makes sense to them. Because the other person that referred them to me, they trust that other person. Therefore, if that person is referring me to them, they're going to trust me too. Right? So that's the first thing. They know about you. Your client or customer has told them things about you. She lives in South Carolina. She has 3 grandchildren. She's really reliable, etc. They've shared maybe a few personal things about you to that potential new client or customer, but they've also shared on a professional level. I know she can do this, this, and this because she does this for me, right? And there will be information that's shared without me even in the room, right? If Robert's having a conversation with somebody he knows and he's telling this person about me because they said they needed a virtual assistant, I'm not there. I'm not even a part of that conversation, right? So, and that's critical. That is really a critical piece of the puzzle. Okay. The other thing that's nice is referrals are similar to your existing clients and customers. So if you've heard the expression, birds of a feather flock together, it's true. Okay. So if a potential client or customer comes and they are referred by one of your other star clients or customers who you love, chances are very high that you're also going to love this new potential client, right? And the flip side, or on the flip side, happens too. So you're getting a little intel about them. So if the potential client comes and they are referred by someone you don't like so much, be very careful. Okay? Yes, that is a referral. But if that person that referred them and you are not a good match, or y'all didn't work well together, or whatever the case may be, then more than likely they were referring the same type of person to you. And so therefore, that potential client may not be a good match for you either. Okay? So, like I said, just be careful. I have thought to myself so many times, oh, it will be different this time, or I can really help them, or they really need me. Trying to talk myself into it, so to speak. And I shouldn't do that. It's really not going to benefit me to do that, put it that way. But then, they turn out to be just like the client or customer that referred them, right? Not a good match for you. The one I didn't enjoy working with as much. So therefore, I'm not going to enjoy working with this new potential client either. Okay. So you get extra details or intel when they are a referral, right? Because like if it's Robert referring somebody to me and I know this person trusts Robert, therefore they're going to trust me as well, then I guess it's kind of like we treat them differently, maybe. Just because someone we already know, like, and trust is sending this person to us versus John Doe that found me on LinkedIn. I don't know John Doe, right? Have no clue who he is, what type of business he is, I don't know nothing about him. He may know a little bit about me if he's been following me on social media and seeing everything that I have posted. So he might have a little bit of insight on me, my business, and what I do and how I do it, which is great. But that still doesn't mean that we're going to be a good fit to work together. Those waters have to be tested to determine whether we're going to be a good fit to work together, right? Okay, so now referrals have had the time to think about you. Say Robert had a conversation with his friend last Friday. His friend's been very busy and has not had the opportunity to contact me yet. So say his friend contacts me later today. It's been a whole week since Robert told him about me. So he's had some time to think about me and what I do. And maybe he's went and looked me up too, on LinkedIn or on social media or whatever. Maybe he went to my website, checked out my website, and found out a lot about Tiger Eye Solution, right? So there's very different things that he could have done in that whole week's time since Robert first told him about me and referred him to me versus when he calls me later today, whatever. This is just an example. But so he could have a lot of information about me before we ever have a conversation. Not just what Robert has shared with him, but also what he's learned on his own during that whole week. He's done his homework, in other words. Yes, Robert referred him to me and said, you need to contact Lisa. However, his friend is going to go check me out first, most likely. Let me go check out Lisa, find out how to contact her, whatever, all the things. So like I said, referrals have had time to think about you. They've had time to check out your website. They have gone to your LinkedIn profile. They've had a window into who you are, right? If you're publishing a newsletter on a regular basis, which I highly do recommend if you're not, Maybe they've already been a subscriber, or maybe they signed up after Robert referred me to them. Maybe they went to my website and signed up for my newsletter, right? So they can get more information. So you get on a call with them and you don't have to sell yourself or your services. Sometimes all they want to know is, are you taking new clients? And they're ready to sign up right then and there. Right? And I'm not kidding, guys, because this has happened to me in the past. Recently even, because like I've shared already, I have been getting new clients through referrals recently. And so I know this works. Trust me, it works. When clients come from referrals, you have the 30-minute consultation or the first conversation, whatever that looks like for you. But the closer I am to the client, the more productive our relationship is, right? The faster they just want to hire me. The record is about 5 minutes. 5 minutes into our consultation call, they're like, can I just hire you? Sure. That works for me. The record is 5 minutes. The person on the phone or on the Zoom call, X said you are amazing. I need help with my newsletter and updating my website, all the things. Can you do that? And I say yes, of course, because that is something me and my team do. And then they say, I would love to work with you. Are you taking new clients? Simple as that. I mean, it could be maybe just a 10-minute conversation and I've got a new client. Because that person was referred to me. They already had that know, like, and trust factor kind of built before we ever had a conversation, before they ever spoke to me. So they were ready to go as soon as we got on that call, right? And I think, just let them take a breath or whatever. And then they tell me a little bit more about themselves and their business, and we get to know each other a little bit better, right? But because of the referral source, that referred them to me, and because they were crystal clear about what they wanted, and, they had checked me out, it's a slam dunk. It's a no-brainer. Yes, we're going to work together. Yes, I'm taking new clients. Yes, I know you're going to enjoy working with me because Robert referred you to me. Right? Checks all the boxes and they're all yes. Yes, 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 right? So just know it doesn't have to be hard to get clients at all, especially if you build your network. Now, I'm not going into that topic today, but we've talked about that topic in the past about how to build your network, because it's going to be those people that is in your network that's going to send you the referrals. That's why building your network is so important. Okay. So I had one person, he didn't actually hire me because sometimes they come and they think they're ready and then they're not. They get scared, just like we get scared, because when you hire a virtual assistant, using my virtual assistant business for an example, they've never done that before. They've never worked with a virtual assistant before, so they really don't know what to expect or how it's going to go or, all the things, right? But this same method of building your network and getting referrals can be used in any business. Like I said, I'm using my business for an example, my virtual assistant business, but Robert can use the same method. He has a totally different business than I do. Anybody else that's in relationship communications, all of you have a different type of business than I do. But this same method can work for you if you build your network. Okay. You have to be ready to take on the new clients, right? You have to know what they need. You have to be organized. You're going to have to be clear on what you do and what you want. And sometimes that can put people in a state of distress. That person also has to be clear on what they want. And sometimes that's a little overwhelming or a little confusing. So that might put them in a little bit of distress, and then they decide not to work with you. And that's okay. That just means they weren't ready at that given time. Okay? But the conversation went something like this. He shared that he had been thinking about hiring me for over a year. I think I'm ready to get started. I had no idea who this person was. I looked him up, looked up his, website, but he was a subscriber on my email newsletter. So every 2 weeks, just like clockwork, boom, I was hitting his email inbox because I send out my newsletter every 2 weeks. So he was learning from me because of the information I share in my newsletter. And that was really, the conversation that we had. He stated that he had got my name from so-and-so and had been thinking about hiring me for a year, and he was ready to get started. Now, how great is that? So, yeah, when they're first referred to you or they first hear about you, they may not be ready, but maybe they go look you up. They get on your email newsletter. So they start getting information from you if you're sending out a newsletter on a regular basis. And if you're not, you need to get busy with that. Okay? Need help? Let me know. This is not an isolated story, guys. I have so many stories just like this. And I'm going to share with you how to do this. So, what attracts referrals? I would love to hear what you have to say in the chat as I tell you this, or if you have found this is the case for you as well. Okay? Here's what attracts referrals. 1, do really good work, whatever that looks like for you. Like I said, everybody's different, as businesses are different. So the type of work I do is not the same type of work Robert does, right? So do good work at whatever it is you do, okay? Next, be reliable. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. So be a reliable person. If you say you're going to do something and you can't do it, let the client or customer know. I know I said I was going to update XYZ by the end of the day today. The way my day unfolded changed, and I was not able to get to it, or I wasn't able to get it handled. I will handle it tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Don't just let it slide by, okay? Inform them. So sorry, my schedule changed. I wasn't able to take care of that, but I will take care of it tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The other thing is you want to be visible. And we're going to talk about ways to do that in a minute, okay? But when you get to work, you are really going to want to acknowledge it. So I have a client named Megan. She emailed me yesterday, asked me, can you do this, this, and this? And asked me a question. I didn't have a chance to email her back yesterday. So this morning, first thing, I emailed her. Hi, Megan. Just wanted to let you know I got your email. I'll handle X, Y today or tomorrow, and I'll check in with you about Z later this week. Well, it'll be next week. But anyway, so she knows, so she knows what's going on. So small, simple ways to be visible for clients and customers. Really important. Okay. I highly advise connecting or following up with customers and clients, at least on a weekly basis, If you're doing something more specific for them, maybe daily or every other day, I completed XY, whatever it was. Just wanted to let you know that is already done. I'm still working on Z. I'll have it done in a couple of days or whatever. And then when you do get it completed, you reach back out and let them know. Okay? So like I said, it's really, really important. The other thing that is going to attract referrals is your level of professionalism. Okay? So making sure your stuff looks good. So if you're publishing an email newsletter, make sure it looks great. If you have a website, make sure there are no typos and all the buttons work. Answer your phone, make sure your voicemail is professional. And when you answer your phone, use a professional voice. Like when I answer my phone, I say, Tiger Eye Solutions, Lisa, can I help you? So they know what company they're calling. They know exactly who they're talking to. Okay. So, like I said, make sure your website looks great. You answer the phone. You sound professional. All the things. Okay. Or even if like your voicemail, say you can't answer your phone every time it rings, make sure your voicemail also sounds professional. Like mine says, you have reached Tiger Eye Solution. Thank you for calling Tiger Eye Solution. Please leave a detailed message at the tone and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Or we'll get back to you soon. And I think I may also include our hours of operation. If you want to include that type of information, you can do that as well. So think about all the ways you can take care of yourself and take yourself to the next place in your business. Move yourself forward, okay? It doesn't take a lot when you work virtually, professionally, right? You definitely want to have professional headshots, especially if you're going to do networking in person. Make sure you also take a business card if you do in-person networking. Thank you, Robert, for the vote of confidence there. He agrees with everything I'm saying. I hope you're doing it. So make sure you have a professional headshot if you're going to do in-person networking. Get a business card and make sure you take it with you. I know a lot of people rely on more virtual type information these days when they go networking. However, I do both because I believe if you go in person to a networking event, you need to physically hand them something because that's going to help them remember you better if you physically put something in their hands. So I do have business cards, but I also have the digital version as well that I use if I'm networking online because, of course, I can't hand somebody my business card if I'm networking online. So the digital version is great as well, but use that when you're networking online. If you're networking in person, you need to have a physical business card in your hand to hand the person you're talking to, okay? So all those things that just really shows that you're taking yourself seriously. You're taking your business seriously. So taking yourself seriously is really important, and it's going to help you move forward and be successful, okay? The other thing is being centered and calm. I know a lot of us might struggle with this. I have struggled with this in the past myself. So stuff is going to happen, and when you can save a client or communication from or client or customer from a disaster in a calm, centered way, it goes a long way. I promise it goes a long way. So really listening to what they're saying, and looking at it, dropping it into a zone like, okay, we have this problem. I need to help you solve it right now. You just take a deep breath. You listen to what they're sharing. Because things happen to all of us, right? All of us. Just like I shared earlier, sometimes I have to readjust my calendar because a family member needs my help, whether it's my dad, my kids, my grandkids, whomever it might be. They need my help. So I have to rearrange things, and it's okay because things happen for all of us. So, their website could go down or their newsletter goes out with mistakes in it. Things happen that may or may not be related to something you did. Okay. But you want to really be calm and centered and willing to solve the problem, whatever the problem is, right? I want to talk about how to make a client attracting referral system. And it all starts with a simple success formula. Now, if you have done the networking method Launchpad, I know Robert has, we talk about the simple success formula during that training. Okay. I did that training early this month, end of last month. I'm going to be doing that training again in January of 2025, if you like to mark that on your calendar. I don't have the specific date just yet, but I know in January of 2025, I will be doing the Launchpad again, okay? But in that Launchpad, we talk about the simple success formula. Well, here's what the simple success formula is. 1, you stay in touch with the people you know and the people you like. 2, you tell them about your business in a simple, clear way. And repeat. Repeat those 2 things. Okay. I'll state them again. Number 1, stay in touch with the people you know and the people you like. Number 2, tell them about your business in a clear, simple way. And repeat. So let's talk about the people you know. Bosses, co-workers, neighbors, friends, cousins, people you know, okay? And you don't want to prospect. You're not trying to figure out who's going to hire you. You just want everyone to know about you and your business, what it is that you do. Think about this example. We need to get our garage light replaced, okay? So I'm not going to Google it. And I'm not going to go down the list like in the yellow pages or, whatever. Yeah, that kind of shows how old I am. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask friends who have garages with lights, do you ever have your garage light repaired or replaced? That's how I'm going to do it. If I ask them that, then they're going to tell me, yeah, you need to call so-and-so, whoever it is they used, right? In other words, they're going to give me a referral to contact to get my garage light fixed, okay? That's how I'm going to do it. And that's how people are going to find you and your business as well. So you just want to keep in touch with all the people you know. Then you want to stay in touch with them in various different ways. And a few ways you can do that is 1, an email newsletter. 2, snail mail, like send them a physical card in the mail. And number 3, individual emails to that specific person, okay? To do all 3, you can do all 3 ways as well. Because I know the importance of staying in touch with people. I do all 3. Actually, that's part of my follow-up system. So doing all 3 is going to benefit you even more. So I hope what I shared today was helpful for you. If you have any questions around it, or if you would like to be kept informed when we do the Launchpad again in January, please comment below the video, or if you're in the Relationship Communications Facebook group, you can send me a message there, and I'll be glad. Actually, in Relationship Communications, I will be posting about that probably in the next month or so of when we're going to get started again in January with the networking method Launchpad. It's a 3-day event. A lot of good stuff shared in the Launchpad for sure about networking. So if you're interested, stay tuned because I will be sharing it soon. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you again next week.